whenever you need it, whenever you need
information,
whenever we're on the air,
whenever you
Talk
need
FM,
it,
whenever you need it,
KGRZ,
whenever we're on the air, Talk FM 105.9, KROS, 1340 AM.
This is Michael J. Martin, and you're listening to the Gary Russen program. This is Michael J. Martin, and you're listening to the Gary.
I don't know. That was weird. I don't know what happened there. For some reason, it just did that to me. But welcome back to Gary Russen program on GJRB Online. Got some very interesting stuff to talk about for you today. Got a lot of really neat things to come across. We got some really good stuff that I want to talk about. So we're going to get into it. If you want to get in on the conversation, all you got to do is just join me here. Now, I'm going to tell you how to do it. It's fairly simple, fairly easy. If you want to get in on the action and talk with me live on the air, you can do that. And it's a lot of fun, believe me. I enjoy doing that here. And here it is. This is how you do it. Yeah. That's it. Oh, yeah. And not only that, the GJRB cell is ours now. I'll tell you about that here in a couple of minutes. It's fabulous. And so we got that in here. Also, if you listen to us on Spreaker and you're a follower of the Gary Russen program, all you really got to do is when you get in there, there's like a widget. And on the bottom half of the widget, right on that bottom half of the widget, there's a comic book type balloon. And when you go into that comic book balloon, it will take you to a chat room. And really neat, actually. Gives you a chance to talk to me on the air. If you want to talk to me on the air, you can do that too. I announced the number that on the opening of the show, and it's fairly easy to do that. All you got to do is dial up 563-241-6114. When you do that, you'll get on the air with me, and we'll talk about all kinds of stuff tonight. The first return back of the Gary Russen program, and I got to tell you, I missed doing this show because I haven't done this in a couple of weeks because of the issue I told you about before regarding the computer getting hit in the power source by a power surge. And we were off the air. I was off the air for like about a week. And gotta tell you, it was frustrating because, I love doing this stuff. And it's kind of a bummer if I don't get to broadcast to you. And this was one of those times when I couldn't be on the air. And so what I worked on was some stuff in advance that I want to do on the show later. And during that time, I just kind of hung in there, and we got my wife and I are sharing a cell phone. We have a real neat cell phone. It's one of them smartphones. We use through the Straight Talk. So we have kind of like two cell phones between us right now, and I have the small phone, and I use that to talk to you here on the Gary Russen program. Like I said before, 563-241-6114, and you can be on the Gary Russen program. Fairly simple, right? And we can talk about all kinds of stuff in the news. And we got a lot of really interesting stuff going on. And you can talk to me about it. We're going to talk about the weather here in a few minutes. Wow, did you see some of that? To the northwest of us, I believe it is. They're around Sioux Falls, I think it was at South Dakota or North Dakota. Anyway, boy, you guys got bombarded down there. You got 8.7 inches of snow just alone. Wow. Got hit. Lot of snow. Bad weather. As a matter of fact, our listeners to the northwest are getting hammered too. Oh man, we're talking about up around Colorado and the upper Northern California, up around there where I used to, where I was up there, Lake Tahoe. Man, a lot of snow. We'll be talking about that here as we do weather on the fives here in a couple of minutes. Preparing to do that one. A lot of snow and more to come, I guess. And up here in the upper Midwest, we're going to get some weather too. Oh, we're getting some weather. As a matter of fact, the forecast coming here in just a couple of minutes. I'll be talking about that. It's a long one, so we're going to do that. We're going to give you our weather forecast here on GJRB Online, the Gary Russen program, our national map coming up. And we'll do that. Meanwhile, other interesting things we're going to talk about in the news. We're going to talk about that 7th grader coming up in just a little bit. I got a soundbite for you on that. 7th grader who got grilled for standing up for God. Got that coming up. And along with that, whatever we can find. We got plenty. Believe me, I've been looking all over the internet. We'll do a scroll through social media. It's my favorite. It's where we go down Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus and see some input from some of the people that follow us or leaving some of the interesting messages. And we read some of those. That's always fun. I like doing that. And a whole lot more. So it's going to be a fun show. Hope you'll join me. It's our evening edition. And the reason for that is I can get more audience. That's what I'm looking for in my evening edition of this program, is to try to gain more audience. Because I don't know, I'm not getting much. And need to work on that part. And I am going to be doing that. Working on trying to gain some audience for this program. Because I haven't really been getting much audience for this program. I'll be talking about that. But right now, though, let's take a look at our weather. Okay, it's time for weather on the fives. See what's going on in the national map, and a storm system continues to bring widespread snow over the upper Midwest for Tuesday. Same system is going to bring some heavy rain and possible flash flooding in parts of the Appalachians. And there's also a storm system moving onshore. It's going to bring some freezing rain and snow to the Pacific Northwest. So you guys are going to get hammered some more. I'm looking at some of the weather map here. There's a low pressure. It's because of a low pressure system, which is moving into northern part in the northwest, and it's creating quite a bit of snow. And westward winds going to bring it this way. Well, it's going to be that way now, and we're going to talk about that coming up. And I believe that the storm system that is going to bring some rain to a lot of snow is coming from that system. And what about that? It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. And a whole lot more. Glad you could be with me tonight. I had a good time doing this show and getting you a chance to be part of it. And glad you could be here. The Gary Russen program on GJRB Online. Yeah. And glad you could be with me tonight. And if you have something you want to talk about, join me here. And we'll have a lot to do and talk about here on GJRB Online, the evening edition of the Gary Russen program. And you can talk to me. We'll have a good time chatting about stuff. So come on board and be part of the show. Gary Russen program on GJRB Online. And we'll get in. We're going to get started on this stuff and see what's going on and transpiring in the news. And we're going to get some late-breaking stories. This is our semi-freestyle night. That means anything goes, no holds barred, just plain fun radio. Here on GJRB Online on the Gary Russen program here on GJRB. And we're always bringing you the best in internet talk radio across the nation here on GJRB Online. And right now, though, let's take a look at some of the stories we're covering for you in the newsroom with GJRB. Topping our news, there's a big imminent threat going on right now over in Kabul, over in Afghanistan. They're warning people and officials and Americans in the American embassy there to keep an eye out. In the next 48 hours, there is credible reports of the imminent attack. Kabul urged Americans to exercise extreme caution if moving around the city. Emergency message says U.S. citizens at the embassy said they had received credible reports of an imminent attack. However, security sources within the embassy said the attack may involve multiple assailants and car bombs, and it classified as credible. And they're saying that the Chinese yen, according to the IMF, the Chinese yen is getting a vote of confidence as being the currency of choice for worldwide currency. According to the Standard Chartered Bank, 5 years market will invest in $1 trillion of Chinese assets. Historic decision will come after years of negotiation between Beijing and the IMF. The main obstacle was China's monetary policy of keeping the yen artificially low and boost domestic exports. These stories, and there's been some rapid movement in Oklahoma. Earthquake. We're talking about that and a whole lot more coming up later on GJRB Online News on the Hour on Spreaker, right here on GJRB. Current temperature once again in our North End studios. We'll get that later. I'll have some worldwide temperatures, nationwide temperatures, nationwide weather coming up next, right here on GJRB. Gary J. Russen, GJRB Online, with this half-hour update. And I'll be back. I got more stuff coming up on the Gary Russen program, and a lot to talk about, so stay with me. More to come. The Gary Russen program coming up on GJRB.
Experience Vinny's Lounge in downtown Clinton. They are now serving lunch Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. They will be featuring sandwiches and a soup of the day. Make it a special weekend with date night dining on Friday and Saturdays from 5 till 8 p.m. on the event side. And be sure to contact Vinny's Lounge for a special occasion. Vinny's Lounge voted #1 spot for live entertainment. Discover for yourself. Vinny's Lounge, 224 Fifth Avenue South in downtown Clinton.
Music singer and songwriter Billy Dean is coming to Wild Rose Casino. Performing live on Friday, December 11th at 8 p.m. Tickets available for $20 online at wildroseresorts.com. Don't miss Billy Dean, Friday, December 11th at Wild Rose Casino and Resort in Clinton. Must be 21 and have a Wild Rose Players Club card to attend.
For a tired young soldier returning from duty, the curb beside the bus station is cold and hard. His stomach aches and the duffel bag weighs heavy on his shoulder. But as he raises his eyes, he sees a familiar glowing red sign. and a young boy crossing the street to greet him with a warm smile on his face and a hot, made-from-scratch pizza in hand.
Thank you.
Casey's, famous for pizza.
For specials during the Hawkeye games, NFL, beer and bomb specials, and the NFL ticket, head to Slops. Stop at Slops for happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 till 6 p.m. with weekly happy hour giveaways, plus check out the evening drink specials. Slops Grill has been open for a year, and Slops was recently chosen as Best Bar Burger, also voted Best Bar or Pub and Favorite Neighborhood Bar. Slops. Think football, think fun, think Slops. 1015 13th Avenue North, Clinton.
Clinton's top news and information source is Talking FM 108, together with AM 1340 KIS and Davenport Preacher on WMC News Talk 1420. We give the news straight, loud and clear. Dean Vickers in Clinton, Dan Kennedy in Davenport, and Fox News Radio and CBS, keeping you in touch with the nation and the world. This is the FM source for Talk FM 108.
In 2015, GJRB is still the What's Happening sound. Watch. Pray. For you not know what hour the Son of God will return. Prophecy, New World Order, terrorism, economic collapse, wars, pandemics, Israel. When they say peace, then cometh sudden destruction. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, signs in the heavens. Keep up with world news and events you hear on GJRB's News on the Hour. Go to End Time Headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org. With a lot of chaos happening, keep in touch with End Time Headlines and GJRB. Recently, we lost Robin Williams, an outstanding comedian who suffered a great deal. Let's make sure that suicides like this won't happen to anyone close to us. If you know anybody who may be depressed and are suffering like Robin Williams did, get them help. Call this number, 1-800-273-8255. That is the number of the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. The call is free and confidential and will be answered by a trained counselor at a local crisis center. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can help. We all run a busy schedule, and maybe we don't have time to catch the Gary Russen program. Well, here's the solution. The best of the Gary Russen program, highlighting the most memorable parts of recent shows. Each podcast I will play clips of previous shows and talk about them. Watch for podcast uploads during the GJRB's podcast weekend on GJRB's public site on Spreaker, reflecting on the past memories of past shows. The best of the Gary Russen program on GJRB. And now, a classic moment from a past Gary Russen program. And another interesting thing happened to me this week. I think it was Monday. Might have been Monday. I don't remember exactly when it was. It was Monday. I'm pretty sure of it. I was... we have an infestation problem around here. First we got gnats. Not really all that bad. I think I'm getting rid of them a little bit, but the ants have been an issue, and they've been getting into our mascot's dog food. Every time I pick it up, I see little ants crawling around the bowl. Well, I'm using this at my advantage, actually, because I'm washing them down the drain. I'm dumping every so often. If I leave it down there, I could probably get rid of a lot of them. I've washed them down the drain a number of times, and who knows, maybe I can get rid of them that way, but anyway, I was showing her the ants in the bowl. I was going there in the bathroom, and I was cleaning the bathroom at the time, and we have ever familiar with Mean Green. Mean Green is that solution, your cleaning solution, and if you put it on your floor, it turns your floor into a virtual skating rink. Okay, virtual skating rink. Well, I did it. I was showing her what was going on with the dog dish, and forgot that I had that Mean Green on the floor, which turns the floor into a skating rink. Well, slid, fell, splashed my wife with the water, but fell on my back. I didn't really hit my head, although I fell hard. And my back doesn't hurt, but I fell hard back on my back. It doesn't hurt. It does a little bit. I have a tinge of pain in the back, but not that much. I think that it basically just shook me up a little bit. That's all it did. And, well, I don't know. I just startled me is all it did. And, I'm okay with not worse for wears, but boy, oh boy, oh boy. So it fell hard on my back, and, yeah. Just happens, you know. Just happens, so that's all that is. All-time favorite instrumentals from that time period. Hi everyone, I'm back. Gary J. Russen with you on the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online. Glad you could be back with us. Got a lot of good stuff to talk about as we continue the program. And you can get in on it at area code 563-241-6114. And can get on the program and talk to me about all kinds of stuff, whether you're talking about some of the things that are going on in the news here. I'll be taking that stroll through social media coming up here in a couple minutes. Let's see what we got here. Story that I wanted to talk about actually was real interesting, and I really, really commend this young lady. This was going through the show prep the other day and came up with this one. Real good story. A 7th grader in, believe it's Texas, somewhere in Texas. Apparently what it was is that the teacher, now I'm going to read the article here in a minute, as soon as I find it. The teacher, apparently, the story goes, the teacher gave her a hard time. It was a test, some kind of a test, examination, one of those like true or false tests, you know, kind of critical thinking, if you will. And the story goes that she had said something that was interesting. I'll find the story and we'll play it in our next segment because it's fabulous. And it warrants the story. I will have that one for you in our next segment coming up. So stay with me for that. It's going to be really good. And coming up in the next half hour, your opinions are welcome. Coming up also in the next half hour, got a lot of other really interesting stuff to talk about that I think would be real interesting to talk about here, and we'll get in on it. That one guy that crossed over the White House lawn, we'll talk about that one. And just today, I guess Obama was at a press conference in France. Talk about that. And like I said before, I'm going to be doing a scroll through social media in our next segment. So check that out as we preview what's coming up in our next edition of the Gary Russen program on a nighttime show. And as I was saying before, I plan on doing a lot more of these nighttime programs. Many more of these nighttime programs to try to gain some audience. That's what I'm looking for and doing this program. Now, I'm going to be taking a 15-minute break after this segment. But when I return on the other side, we're going to talk more about interesting stuff. We're going to get into that story about that 7th grader in Texas. And we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff as I take a scroll through social media. So that's coming up in the next half hour. And a whole lot more here on the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online, and be taking your phone calls, and also a chat room. Like I said before, if you're a follower of me on Spreaker, and also on Twitter, I'm also on Twitter. And when you get into Twitter, you'll see our antique radio emblem. When you get in there, that little antique radio symbol, when you get in there, you'll see it. It says GJRB Online. I'm the Radio Maniac. Okay, now all you got to do is just click the down media button, and up will pop up the widget, the GJRB Online widget. When you get there, when you see that widget on the bottom low, there is a neat little balloon. Looks like a comic book balloon. When you click that, it will take you right inside my chat room. It'll take you right in there, right where it has it. I'm looking at it right now. Actually, I'm not looking at this one. I need to go into my main show here. The live one. Okay, then I need to click into the live one here. And let's see here. Okay, here we go. I'll click into the live one, and right there, click on that right now. I just clicked onto that icon, and I'm looking at my chat room right now in the live feed that I'm sending right there. And when you get into that, you can send me a message right on Spreaker right here. You can talk to me right here. Anything that comes to mind, if you have something you want to talk about, or you just want to comment on something I'm saying, and then I know you're listening to the show, and I'll reply back to you. And that's so that it'll make you feel like you're talking to me, and you don't really have to call me on the phone. Okay? Just don't really want your voice on the air. Don't feel comfortable with it. You just don't like your voice that much to, go and call an internet radio show nationwide and around the world. You don't have to. You just click that, and fair and simple, gives you a chance to be on the show, and would love to hear from you. So I hope you'll stay with me. We got a lot of really good stuff coming up. And in the next half hour, we'll talk about that 7-year-old in Texas who stood up for Christ. Good for her. Also, coming up in the next half hour, we'll have another Weather on the Fives and a whole lot more other stuff. And I'll have some Christmas music coming up for you later on, too. We're going to try and get some in there as a bumper. So hang in there. The Gary Russen program will return shortly.
Casket smash. Why? Cause we strong like animals. Tearing apart the abstract and tangible. Cannibals, fine and young, my tongue compatible. No air grammatical, historical, mathematical. So now it's my turn to flip the script. It's a trip to see and view as I should.
You're not alone. Hi, I'm Dan Dolan in Village Mills Bridge, and I've got the answer. If you were over 8.
It's all we know. Making hits and rocking shows. Dope beats, we make the music that Joe peeps repeat. We reap the seeds, so the microphones to keep. Roll before the lamb and make lions out of sheep. Want legal tea, pockets.